I teach agents not to think like a listing agent, but think like a marketer.
So, Michael, what's the number one secret if for a listing luxury specialist? What's the number one secret for them to start with to obtain in order to be successful in listing and obtaining more and more deals that are higher end?
Yeah, so I look at it as diversification of your portfolio. So let's just say you won the mega lotto. Your financial advisor would tell you to diversify, right? Have some low risk, some high risk, some long-term, short-term investments. No different than the properties that agents and team leaders and brokerages represent. Most agents and team leaders focus on the average price properties for their market, or maybe entry level starter. I challenge agents to go after more high end and more luxury. But getting back to your original question, there's no, I can tell you, Brett, there's no easy button, right? Everybody's looking for the easy button. So none of it works all the time, but the vast majority of things that we talk about work the majority of the time. So, I use football as my background. Vince Lombardi says, whether you think you can win or not, you're right. So my point is, many agents have what I call limiting beliefs. They believe they have to live in a certain size home, or drive a certain car, or come from wealth, or be wealthy themselves to work with the luxury buyers and sellers. And although if you did come from money, and your parents do belong to a country club, and you live in a gated community, it certainly makes it a lot easier. But I didn't come from any of that. And so, you really have to start with your mindset. Lisa Hayes says, whether you think you can, she says, be careful how you talk to yourself, because guess what? You are listening. And so you really have to believe you belong. You have to believe that you can do it. It really starts from the mindset. That's the most important thing. And many agents won't go on those opportunities because the what ifs, and they what if themselves to death. What if they ask me this? What if they ask me this? Like, for example, a property you mentioned my book earlier, and I'm looking for it. I can't find it, but the cover that's on my book, there's a house that we represent. It was Architectural Digest most beautiful home for sale in Illinois. It's on the market for $7.5 million. When he interviewed me, he flat out said, how many other homes have you sold in Barrington Hills, Illinois? I said, I haven't sold any other homes in this area, but you're currently listed with the second neighborhood specialist. The first didn't get the job done. The second hasn't. So if you want someone that keeps doing the same things as everybody else locally, Einstein defines that insanity. But if you want someone that's outside the box, that's creative, doesn't think like a real estate agent, but thinks like a marketer, you're talking to the right guy. So I don't even like saying listing luxury real estate with Michael Lafido. I would call it marketing real estate, luxury real estate with Michael Lafido, because really I teach agents not to think like a listing agent, but think like a marketer.
That is phenomenal. So much golden nuggets there.